So I sent out a thing last week about perseverance is our character strong word of the week or word of the month. And so this was a picture I sent out where originally we said we had 7.5 inches. I think I ended up at my house getting like 14 inches of snow. So it really was pretty cool, but it was, a lot of shoveling snow. So I asked people to submit their pictures. And again, those of you that did, I mean, you can see how these trees, it was so heavy. The tree branches were like falling over. And it was just cool to see some of the different pictures that people posted. So wanted to just say thank you to those of you that participated. Let's go ahead and again, if you didn't realize this, next week is Martin Luther King Day, so we won't have school on Monday. And then after that is finals week. So we're almost done with quarter two. And semester one. So quarter two and semester one. So again, keep working hard. Realize we've covered a lot of stuff all year long. And so wanted to just kind of, take a moment to realize how much we've covered so far this year. And just kind of, we're just going to do something kind of fun. I know we kind of are probably in 10th grade, ninth grade, 10th grade. Uh, Select a number, and then it's just like a word scramble. Just type into the chat all of the words that we can create. So I need a volunteer to uh, pick a number first. Let me make sure I can see the chat box. 14. Thank you. All right. So I want you to try to come up with as many words as we can come up with these 4 letters. Type in the chat box. Meat. That was what I thought right away. Mate. Okay. Eat meat. Tea. Yep. They don't have to be 4 letters. Team. 8. Matt. T. Let's take a look. Matt, Met, Tam. Tam, I don't know about that one. 8, eat, tea, mate, meet, meta. We didn't get that one. Tame and team. Awesome. Let's pick another number. 1. Okay. EAL and P. Lap. Pal. Leap. Peel. I like them. I don't know if I can think of any other ones. Let's take a look. Oh, wow. Plea. Plea is good. Alp. Is that a word? I don't know what that means. Pal, 8P, Leah. I guess names count. Leap, pale, peel. Interesting. Let's see if we can find one there. This one has more letters. Last one. We'll do this and then we'll move on. 5 letters this time. Don't have to use all the letters. Yeah, I guess if names count, Nate is a good one. That. Nice. Well, these ones have a lot. Again, when you add more letters, you can get more combinations. Gen, egg, ain, ant, nay. I don't know. Some of these seem I've never heard of I mean maybe like a horse's neigh. Anti. All right. Thanks for participating with that. Again, just something different. Something kind of fun. Our word of the month is perseverance. So try to come up with as many words as you can with perseverance. The letters. I bet it's a lot. Okay, again, as we continue working, like I said, there's only 2 weeks left in the quarter, and this is going to be our last class connect of the quarter. Started working on special right triangles and trig ratios, things of those sorts. So we're gonna get into our review and then practice kind of like we normally do. Okay, let me just make sure I got everything pulled up. So special right triangles. Okay, there's two kinds of special right triangles that we focus on, and they are 30 60 90 and 45 45 90 triangles. So I'll quickly demonstrate the two and kind of what they look like. Again, they have to have a right angle. If this one was 90 degrees, this one could be 30, and this one could be 60. And then the other two are right angle. This is 45, and this is 45. And what's special about these are that these two sides are the same. So again, in a 30, 60, 90, we have three different side lengths. We have our short side or our short leg, which is right here. Our long leg, which is across. Again, everything is across. So my smallest leg is across from 30. My long leg is across from 60, and always across from your 90-degree angle is your hypotenuse. And we do something similar to that, but over here with a 45, 45, 90, we don't call them long leg or short leg. We just have leg, leg, and then again, across from my 90 degrees is my hypotenuse. Now, we have to solve these problems kind of in a variety of ways. But one of the ways that we look at it is that our short leg is X, our long leg is our short leg times the square root of 3. So whatever my short leg was, I times it by the square root of 3, and I get my long leg. Whatever my hypotenuse is double what my short leg is, which is 2x. And again, it's similar, but again, these two are the same. So this is going to be x and this is going to be x. Whereas across from my 90 degrees, I need to take my leg and multiply it by the square root of 2. So if you don't, you should try to memorize this setup, as it's going to help you as we continue to do these problems. Let me see what I have. Just give me 1 second. All right. So that was kind of like the first parts of lesson 4. And then when we transitioned into lesson 5, we started talking about trig ratios. So looking for a volunteer. What's the saying? What's that kind of slogan that we use to remember our trig ratios and how those work? It's kind of a bunch of letters. SOHCAHTOA, right. SOHCAHTOA. And how this works is this slogan, this saying is a way to help us remember what the ratios are. So my sine ratio is opposite over hypotenuse. And again, this will be in reference to our triangles. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. And these are like, this is like kind of like one of the main pieces of geometry is these trig ratios. And so moving forward, we've got to understand this, and that's why we have this SOHCAHTOA thing to help us remember. So what it means, and again, everything has to go from our reference angle. So I'm gonna say that this is our reference angle. Sometimes we might even call it like theta, okay? If this is our reference angle, a cross, opposite means a cross. So opposite is over here. My hypotenuse is always next to the right angle or across from the right angle, and adjacent means next to. So again, if you want to think about opposite is across, adjacent is next to, and that's how we could come up with some of these examples. Now there are a lot of them, and part of your work for the week was to practice those. And I wanted to talk about the last couple questions here, and then I'll give you some time to practice. So let's look at critical thinking questions right here at the bottom. Can the sine of an angle ever equal 2? Why or why not? Can the sine of an angle ever equal 2? Take 30 seconds and think about that question. I'm going to put our notes back up, and I want us to look at sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay. Opposite over hypotenuse. And the question asks, can sine ever equal 2? Well, that would mean that it would be the same thing as 2 over 1. And our hypotenuse has to be the biggest side. In a triangle, the hypotenuse is always the biggest side. So if I say, hey, my hypotenuse is 1 and the opposite is 2, that means the opposite side is bigger than the hypotenuse. This is not correct. So the answer to that question is no, the sine of an angle can never equal 2 because our hypotenuse always has to be the largest side. Sweet. Okay, I'm going to pull this up, post a link in the chat, and then you guys are going to get some time to practice doing some of these trig ratio problems. Again, remembering SOHCAHTOA is going to be extremely helpful. All right, perfect. Link is in the chat. I keep clicking start, but it's not working. There it goes. There. All right. I'm going to scroll through the questions. Again, if you're watching the recording, pause the video, try these on your own, and continue on. We'll go about 3 more minutes. Okay. 3 more minutes. I was on mute. Start to wrap up, 30 more seconds. I gave you a 3-minute warning, but I might have been muted. We'll do a problem or two together. All right. Nice work with that. Let's do question 9. All right, let me share the screen. All right, find tangent of C. So I'm actually gonna share my iPad and then redraw this. A, B, C. So tangent is opposite over adjacent, and I want to find tangent of C. So I'm going to say, okay, C is right here. So I'm going to start labeling. Hypotenuse is the biggest, opposite is across, and adjacent is next to. And I have to say, all right, I want the tangent is opposite over adjacent. So I need this number and I need this number. So tangent C is 27 over 36. And we know that, hey, if I divided by 9 on both sides, I'd get 3/4. Or if you just typed it in, the answer was 0.75. That's kind of the idea behind those types of problems. All right, your Class Connect assignment, which again, everyone needs to do, okay? So all of you that are in the meeting right now, or if you're watching the recording, you can find this in Schoology. Again, we talked about these relationships. What is it for sine, cosine, and tangent? Okay, this one, find x. I'll help you set it up. My triangle looks like this. A, B, C, right angle, 47 degrees, 3, and X. I say, all right, again, if I know this right here, I'm going to label opposite, hypotenuse, and adjacent. And I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to set this up. Which side, because I know things, I say, all right, I know that the hypotenuse is 3 and the adjacent is X. Which trig function uses hypotenuse and adjacent? That would be cosine. So I'm going to set this problem up by saying cosine of 47 equals adjacent over hypotenuse x over 3. And all I have to do to get x by itself is multiply by 3 on both sides. So you can type into your calculator 3 cosine 47, and that's how you're going to get your answer. This one was a 30, 60, 90. I thought I had something pulled up for that one. Okay, that's all right. So the last problem is like this. You have to find X and Y. So again, this is going to be using our special rules. got my right angle right here, 12. This is 60. So again, because this is 60, I'm going to label everything that I know. This is Y, this is X. I'm going to say hypotenuse, long leg, short leg. If I find X, I can get Y. All I got to do is say, all right, my long leg in a 30, 60, 90 was X square root 3. So I'm going to say that 12 equals X square root 3. And then I'd have to work, I would say, how do I get X by itself? Because that's what my short leg is. I would divide by the square root of 3. And I can't leave this radical on the bottom. So I got to multiply it on the top and on the bottom. So I get 12 square root 3 over 3. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. So X equals 4 square root 3. And then all I have to do is multiply it by 2 and get 8 square roots of 3 for my long leg. The other part of it, the 45, 45, 90. Again, if this is X, this is X square root 2, not 3. So I would say, all right, 16 equals X square root 2. I need to find X. Same exact thing. Divide by 2. How do I get rid of a denominator? I multiply it on the top and on the bottom. So this becomes just a 2, which means 8 square root 2 equals X. All right, that's your assignment. Good luck. Again, we've got 2 weeks left of the quarters. Keep working hard. Get those grades, get those assignments turned in, and we will not meet again until quarter 3. But if you have questions, please let me know.